Spirit, I need you. And it has helped me significantly in my job. As I said, I delight sharing my own life, but that I can only testify of what I've seen myself. You know, and I talked about the 7 spirits of God. You know, we know if you reach Isaiah chapter 11, we talked about the 7 spirits of God. However, sometime this month, last month, I encountered in book of Revelation. And interestingly, you referred me to Revelation at the last year, Men United. We usually pray Wednesday morning. Ladies are not invited, so just for men. And he told me to read Revelation, and I went back to that place, and I saw, if you read Revelations, in book of Revelation chapter 5, verse 6, it talks about the 7-fold Spirit of God has been sent out into the world, into every part of the heart. So it's now left for you to receive. Tonight, Rory's talked about receiving a lot. It says the 7-fold Spirit of God, and we know the 7-fold God. That's the same Spirit that was on Jesus Christ. And the 7-fold Spirit is what makes you anointed. That's what we call anointed. And I want to encourage you to appropriate the 7-fold. Read Isaiah chapter 11. It contains all the details. 11 from verses 1 to 3. You know, I want you to really work on that one, please. It's as Christians, we can't afford not to walk by the Spirit. He said, for those who are led by the Spirit are the sons and daughters of God. The approval of your sonship is when you are led by Spirit. Because it's when you are led by Spirit, you can live a holy life. You'll be at the point of walking the path of destruction and sin. Because you are led by the Spirit will say, no, stop. And we need to also pray for our children to be full of the Holy Spirit. When my sister was praying, a testimony came to my mind. I sat down with a young lady, a daughter of a pastor. This lady is into music, but she has never had a breakthrough. And she's been practicing, sending, but you know, she has never come to Limelight. And he said a friend told her to go and join Illuminati. This thing is accessible online. I think I've shared the testimony before. It's accessible. You can join cults online, just like you join Facebook. That's the honest truth. And I met this lady, I sat down with her, the parents were around, and she was now recounting that she now got to the point with Satan why she said she needs to trade her soul. And that in the process of recruitment online, that's where she stopped. And she said that she just stopped. And I knew it's this prayer of our parents that stopped. We don't know what our children will get into. But that damage did not stop there. Even though she stopped, she said that night Satan visited her. Real life. This is the person she's a young white girl, Irish girl. So Satan came and Satan tormented her. That why have you refused to exchange your soul? So when you see all those people making waves, winning Grammys, you need to be careful. It's sad that Christian gospel artists now are trying to explore that same faith. It's dangerous. So we need to be full of the Holy Spirit. We can't afford not to be full of the Holy Spirit. In February, I talk about mocking the mockers. I talk about mocking the mocker, and I share the story of how David mocked Goliath. And I'm happy again, my sister here talked about we should have children that will run towards Goliath. There's this saying that what you cannot confront, you cannot conquer. What you cannot confront in your life, you are not permitted to conquer. So I'm glad we prayed about it. Our children we ourselves should have the anointing that we can mock the Goliaths. We should realize that in that story in the Bible, I think it's in I can't remember the part of 1 Samuel 17. David, but we can see that in chapter 16, David was anointed. In chapter 17, he was confronted by Goliath. Goliath has been mocking the Israelites before. Goliath, for days on end, he was tormenting and mocking them until the man that was anointed by God stood and mocked Goliath. dare confront a Goliath without being anointed, then you be the one that will be fed to the birds of the air. May that not be our portion. David was able to confront Goliath not just because he knew the word, but because he was anointed. And we're all anointed, whether I like it or not. It's not anybody's preserve. But it's just if you acknowledge it. David acknowledged the anointing, and he was able to exercise it. So we need to live a life mocking the mockers. Some of us are being mocked by diseases, by ailments. It's mocking us. It's mocking our peace. It's mocking our freedom. It's mocking our liberty. But we need to get to a point where we're the one mocking those things. But it comes with anointing. It comes with the power of the Holy Ghost. And we can even see the story of Paul. The viper wanted to mock Paul. You know, I think in Acts chapter 28, he said the vipers swallowed and they were waiting for Paul to die. Was that not the account? They were waiting, let's see what, this man must die. This man must be a terrible man. You know, he was being mocked. Until he mocked the viper, he was alive. Nothing happened to him. And they wanted, people now started worshiping Paul, that the gods have come amongst us. That's what happens when you mock the mocker. But it comes with anointing. In March, I talked about it shall not come near. Psalm 91. Who was that? I know because I always remember you for that night. It shall not come near. It shall not come. Were you there? Who was there? Who was there? Fantastic. Who has been using it? See, one thing I want to encourage us, see, it's not enough to learn. That's all it goes to. We leave your message. People need to take this on board. It's a very powerful. When the word came to me, it came directly from God. And it came clearly, it shall not come near. And since then, it has changed my confession. I've told you, when they say people are dying of this, that, I say, it shall not come near me, minus me. I am exempted. And people will say, don't say that, oh, you know, old age, don't say that. I said, I am exempted. You know, people want to use human wisdom. So we need to check, we need to live the word we read. You know, you need to be able to declare, minus me, minus my children, it shall not come near me. Because he said in his word, Psalm 91, from verse 7 to 10. He said, 1,000 will fall at your right, 10,000 to your 10 right. He said, but it shall not come near. It's God's word. It cannot lie. That's what we discussed in March, and I'm still enjoying that message. Yeah. I wish I recorded it. To be honest, once it comes to me, I get excited on how fortified, as you usually say, how bomb-proof I am. It shall not come near. You know, and that's what gives Christian boldness. That's what gives us boldness, because you know what you carry. Let somebody say, shall not come near me.
It shall not come near me.
Evil shall not come near my dwelling.
It shall not come near my dwelling.
It shall not come near my children.
It shall not come near my children.
It shall not come near my job.
It shall not come near my job.
It shall not come near my finances.
It shall not come near my finances.
It shall not come near my health.
It shall not come near my health.
It shall not come near my mind.
It shall not come near my mind.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
I want that to be your portion, that it shall not come near. I say that phrase is from heaven. It shall not come near. It shall not come near. That's in March. Of course, in April, I talk about divine presence. And I may declare that we are all carrying God in us. We are all carrying God in us. If you read Romans chapter 8, from verses 1, it says, my spirit will dwell in you. If God says his spirit is dwelling in you, the same spirit that was hovering over the earth, that same spirit that was hovering around, that same capacity, dynamo, now says, I will put it inside you. self-will spirit to say, I will dwell in you. In essence, you carry the presence of God. You carry the presence of God. Before you say anything, once you arrive, and it's the confidence in which you walk in. I shared the testimony, maybe people of you have not heard. A friend of mine, the dad, was been in hospital for days in Paris, could not eat. Diagnosed for pancreatic cancer. After the surgery, said this man cannot eat, things gone. I just had this confidence. Without prayer, I just showed up in that hospital. I flew. I think I told you when I was going to Paris about 2 years ago. I just didn't know where the confidence came from. I wasn't going there to wrestle with the devil. I was going there to take authority. The day I got there, before the end of that day, the man was eating and drinking. The son told me, Lord, what did you do to our dad? So I didn't do anything. I didn't say a single word of religious prayer. I just got in and said, it is well with you. That testimony said that the man is still alive today.
Yeah.
So we need to get to a place where we become ferociously bold. And I think I'm too aggressive that even in my dream I show aggression. I shared the testimony of when I wanted to take my weapon.
Yeah.
And I had a lodger in the single room that I usually give out. I said I must have woke that guy up during the night. Because I just woke up, I had a dream that men were all sleeping. In that day, a lot of men were on guard, including me. And this enemy came, was now carrying their weapons. And I knew that's what is happening in the spirit realm. And the man just got to me. In the dream, I was seeing the man in my sleep. Like you are dreaming in a dream. That's how it was in me. I was sleeping in that dream and I was seeing everything. And as the man laid his hands on the weapon, I just, I just put my hand on it and I said, leave my gun! And I shouted. And I woke up that way. In the middle of the night, about 1:30 to 2 a.m., I just shouted, leave my gun! I'm glad a lot of people are asleep, but they will just call the police that that guy is running hams. He's running hams. we need to check him out. But let that aggression against the enemy, even in your sleep, you are aggressive against the enemy. I shared the testimony in one of the days. I had a dream that someone was trying to touch my son. The enemy in my dream was just trying to touch my son. He couldn't touch him. But I said, I now grabbed him. I said, even though you've not taught him, I want to teach you a lesson so you not come back. I'm serious. I shared it. I was very aggressive, angry in that dream. I said, even though you've not been able to touch him, but I won't let you go. I must damage you. So wherever I sent you on assignment, when they tell you to come back, you say, I'm not going to that man's house. Send me to another place. Send me to another postcode. But is the how you carry yourself now, that's what reflects in your dream life. So I'm saying this because this is what I've been experiencing in the course of this year. You shouldn't be molested in your dream. You should be the one molesting Satan. So that's about divine presence. And I also talked in May about divine intervention. That when God steps into any situation, there's always a change. So when we are struggling, Bartimaeus, although they still call him blind Bartimaeus, I don't know, but he's no longer blind. He didn't die a blind man. But it's unfortunately bad names stick longer than good names. He cried, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. He cried for intervention, but he didn't die a blind man. People tried to shut him up because he needed divine intervention. So that situation you are contending with, all you need is not talking and complaining about it, going around talking to people about it. It's like crying to God, Jesus, son of David, have mercy upon me. Divine intervention resolves problems. I've seen it many times in my life. I'm not saying. I pray such prayers crying. That's the honest truth. Jesus, have mercy upon me. You need to show up in this situation. Because if you don't show up, I am done and dusted. Forget it. I need your help. Cry of desperation attracts God's intervention. The Bible says, he said, if you seek me with all your heart, you will find me. He said, he's a rewarder of those that diligently apply diligence in the seeking of God. If you are diligent enough, you see the hand of God in your home. Diligence is hard work. It's not about grace. As a matter of fact, the last time I talked about, Paul said, I labored more than you all by the grace of God. Grace is meant to empower us in the place of labor. It's not to excuse us from hard work. Fasting, prayer, study of the word. Grace cannot replace it. It's unfortunate. My counterpart in the West, I have Christian colleagues. I said, when last did you fast? He said, I don't fast. You're a dead man. You don't pray, you don't fast. You are a dead man. Spiritually, you are dead. The devil can pick you up like this. Do you know it will take a crazy fly to land on a hot stove? You don't need to drive flies away when the stove is hot. You have to drive flies away from landing. The flies can only settle on your gas burner if it's cold. Flies will never settle on a hot gas burner. So these are the things that will make your life very hot. Fasting and prayer. There's no substitute. And it cannot be outsourced. You cannot contract it out. You cannot contract it out. It's your job. The Bible says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You need to work it out yourself. You need to sweat it out yourself. So this year, how many days have you fasted? How many days have you fasted this year? Ask yourself. It's self-reflection. Because it's not sufficient to say God has not answered my prayer. Say, what have you done? We blame God, but we are not accessing Him. We are just like men. Somebody who boarded a cruise ship. We didn't realize, you've heard the story, we didn't realize the fare covers the food. And I was just scrounging around and not eating. And the day hard. But there's no, those times have passed. He has suffered for nothing. So we should not go through onto that ship because of ignorance. So please, I'm encouraging you all. So that was for month of May. So in June, I talked about divine character. Divine character, which is supreme blessing. And the chapter of the Bible I referred to was Matthew chapter 5, verses 1 to 12. Where we talk about blessings. It says, blessed are the pure in heart, blessed are the meek. You know, there are some blessings that come to you by virtue of the divine character you possess. Prayer will not bring it. Prayer will not bring it. In as much as I always tell you people, in as much as I like prayer, I love following principles. That's why I said I'm getting more results because I'm following the principles. However, I still pray. So I want you to dwell more, if I notice that Matthew chapter 5, verse 11, the Beatitudes, the message of the mount, for me it carries a lot of divine character that once the Holy Spirit can help you to possess that character, blessings will come by itself. You don't have to pray. You don't have to pray. Those things will come. Yes. Because the Bible says, it says His word will not return to Him void. It's not possible. So I'm just trying to get us to a place, even though you come, you say prayer, but I want us to understand how God works, His principles. Say He has exalted His word above His own name. Say God will not deny Himself. So hold Him account to His word. If to speak, heaven is obliged to honor the word of God. So I talked about divine character. This is rather unfortunate that in this era of Pentecostalism, divine character is just inversely proportional to the noise. We make a lot of noise, but there's no character, no humility, no meekness. We are at times that call us Penterascals. To be honest, most we are rascally, very rascal, disrespectful. We don't respect elders because of so-called anointing. So in July, I talked about your identity in Christ, and I had a revelation which I shared. I said, when you know Him, He will tell you who you are. If you know Jesus, Jesus will reveal who you are to you. He will tell you who you are. But you need to know who He is before you know who you are. And this happened when I read in Matthew 16. When Simon, Jesus had the disciples, who do men say I am? People are giving different things. Some said you are this. But when Simon gave a revelation of who he was, he now replied, he said, flesh and blood has not revealed this to you. And he said, for you are Peter. That's why from that part of the Bible, his name changed from Simon. He said, you are Peter the rock. The moment he identified who Jesus is, Jesus Christ was able to make him realize who he is. So our discovery of who we are is in our discovery of who Jesus Christ is. So the more you press into your relationship with God, the more of what you can accomplish is revealed to you. The more of your capacity is revealed to you. The more of your identity in Christ is revealed to you. So it's a journey of discovery. The more you discover God, the more you discover what you can do. You know, we talk about generals. We talk about this. We talk about Ryan Bonke. Because the more they are discovering God, the more God is making them rediscover themselves. So I just want us to think before the year runs out. We need to press into it. And in August, I talked about having done all. Stand. Ephesians chapter 6. When we talk about put on the whole armor. It's after you put on this whole armor. Sister Steph, I know I'm bothering you, but it's cool. Okay. I thought you were like praying in the spirit, so sorry. I don't want to miss out. I don't want you to miss out. He said, after you put on the whole armor, 6 armors, that is 6 or 5, I can't even remember. He said, then that's when you are permitted to stand. When you say you are standing to contend for something. You have your head covered, you have your feet short, you have your breastplate, you have your shield of faith, you have the sword, you have the helmet of faith. Yeah. He said, having done